Surveillance cameras on street signs in Polk County, they're getting some very different responses depending on who you ask. They're either a necessary crime-fighting tool or, to some, an invasion of privacy.
How many different ways do I have to tell y'all that I'm not going to have body cameras? People have a constitutional right to privacy, okay? A constitutional right to privacy. I am not going to ask the taxpayers to spend $4 million+ a year for us to wear a camera and point at them. They've all got cameras, they can point at us, and it doesn't cost the taxpayer 1 penny. Not 1 penny.
Let's show you. The camera where we're located here tonight is tucked behind a speed limit sign. The camera reads vehicle tags and takes images of passing cars. It was put there by the Polk County Sheriff's Office, and it's not the only one.
Everybody with a cell phone's got a camera that they can point at us. I'm not spending $4 million to put a camera on a government agent and point at you and to take your privacy away. I'm not going to put a camera on a government agent, a law enforcement officer, and break down that trust and security. You see, that's the unintended consequence, and I've explained it to y'all until I'm blue in the face. The other reason a small sector of the community wants cameras on us is so that people won't come up and talk to us anymore, so that they won't give us tips. They're not going to trust us with their secrets. They're not going to trust to tell us who's doing the robberies and the murders with us wearing a camera. They're not going to talk to us. That's what they want to happen. They want a divide between us and the community.
Lives steps away from this recently installed surveillance camera.
I think it's a great set of eyes. I think what it does is it helps the community from anybody that's doing anything wrong, and I feel safer.
The camera was put in place by the Polk County Sheriff's Office, but while Padilla gives it a thumbs up, the ACLU is sounding the privacy alarm.
You know, in our society, the government doesn't look over your shoulder and record everything you do unless it has individualized suspicion that you are engaged in some form of wrongdoing.
The Sheriff's Office set up the cameras with the help of a company called POLK Safety. The company says the cameras can provide automatic license plate detection and record images of vehicles.
But on the flip side, Polk Sheriff GRADY JUDD wants nothing to do with recording devices of any kind.
I'm a huge believer in privacy.
His new drones only send live feeds to help track suspects. No recording.
For me and my community, I'm not going to have you recorded for someone to put out on the internet, for someone to leak to you, or for the government to have a database on the inside of your house. It's not happening.
The Sheriff's Office declined to comment for this story. They would not tell us how many cameras are installed or where the cameras are placed. Padilla says he saw this camera being installed on Old Polk City Road in the last few months.
But I think it's a help for the law enforcement to help do their job better.
But the ACLU is urging agencies to pump the brakes on flock cameras. ACLU's privacy expert Jay Stanley tells News Channel 8 that with new artificial intelligence and data tracking technology, people need to proceed with caution and ask some hard questions.
Is this the country that we want to live in? Is this the America that we have always known?
The technology isn't perfect. A Pinellas County deputy was able to turn off the sound on his dash cam, but kept the camera rolling during this arrest.
The dash cam was 100% crucial, but all the steps that needed to be followed weren't followed.
Michelle Rayner is going to use the video to represent her client in court, but she believes it reveals a bigger issue.
We lobbied for these body cams. Where does it come back to? It comes back to law enforcement's relationship with the community.
Those relationships aren't always great, but the outcome shared online leaves an impression for the world to see.
Interesting. A different take there with Polk County and Pasco County, but this isn't cheap. I mean, you have these body cameras and the whole system. What's Pasco spending on this?
Well, Pasco is definitely getting their money's worth out of it. I got the 2018 invoice, their latest invoice, that to be paid at the end of the month. They're spending more than $395,000 a year on body cams.
They think they're getting a benefit out of that, I guess. Benefit to outweigh the cost. Thank you.
I am not going to spend $4 million+ taxpayer dollars a year on this When we've got homeless people living on the streets that don't have housing, they don't have food, proper food, they don't have medicine. When we have the mentally ill that don't have access to medicine and services they need, I am not going to spend $4 million plus taxpayer dollars a year on this until the priorities that really need to be covered are covered.
It's time to break out the popcorn. I mean, you have all these crazy videos out there of shootouts, car chases, amazing rescues. It blows up all over the internet. They're appealing to young people, it seems, these videos.
And Keith, that is one major tactic that's standing out above the rest of them all when law enforcement agencies release these body cam and dash cam videos. So parents out there, agencies are looking to impress your little ones, your little boys and little girls into someday becoming police officers.
This is a technology that's brand new in the human experience.
As I mentioned, the Polk County Sheriff's Office did decline to comment on this story. We did review the contract with Flock Safety. It did say that the county will have to pay $2,000 per camera each year as a usage fee. Again, we do not know how many cameras the Sheriff's Office purchased.
Body cam video like this now shared online more than ever.
What we put out there is the reality.
Hey, man, get the car.
Pasco Sheriff Chris Nacco is all about releasing the footage for you to see.
I can tell you, if they don't have the camera on them and they're out in the street, somebody else has a video camera on them.
I'm going to tase you. I'm going to tase you. Get on the ground.
With 400 Pasco deputies wearing body cams, Nacco's office shares more video than any other in the Tampa Bay area.
You shouldn't have ran. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So an educational tool, is it a marketing tool as well?
Oh, the body-worn camera, you know, even having us on TV shows is a marketing tool. You know, we try to recruit the best people.
How many law enforcement agencies are using these Flock cameras? Did you check into that?
Yeah, I did. You know, it's all across the nation. According to Flock Safety's website, they have partnered with more than 2,000 law enforcement agencies across the country. It is unknown if there are any or how many are in the state of Florida, Stacey.